5 seconds to go. Sir, I am thankful to the honorable members who have participated in this debate and generally welcomed the measure before the House. This amending measure of the Motor Vehicles Act, as honorable members may perhaps recollect, has had a very checkered career, and in fact this amending process started 10 years back. It went to the select committee stage and a certain finality was given to it at that time. Then it could not be pushed through. Later, events made it necessary for further changes to be made in the amending measure, and I should think that this amending bill has come at a very opportune moment before the House, when the whole emphasis in the context of our planning is on the development of more and more transport capacity. I should like honorable members to view this question in that aspect, and if they do so, they will find that this bill provides for and enables various steps to be taken so that transport capacity can be fully developed. There was some mention about nationalization, and I thought the opposition to it, if any, was very mild and had become thoroughly modified in the course of these few months. It has come to stay, and that has been very well realized by honorable members who were not perhaps so happy as others regarding this question of nationalization. So let us consider what is the task that is to be done by the various transport systems in the country, rail, road, and so on. There is a huge task to be performed by all these. They have to go hand in hand and perform this huge task. It is well known that the rail transport capacity that will be generated in the course of the next few years will not be able to move all the traffic. We have said so on several occasions. The allotment of resources for the purpose of railway planning and development falls very much short of the requirements. Even as per the original targets, the railways have to expand their capacity by about 42 or 43 million tons, and the additional traffic that will be generated was calculated as 60 and odd million tons. So, even as per the original targets, there was a gap of 17 to 80 million tons. Now, certain targets have undergone an upward revision. For instance, for cement production, it is roughly calculated that the cost of the railway plan will have to go up by another rupees 100 crores to move these additional 50 million tons. So when there is so much to move and when there is so much traffic offering, there is no question of conflict between rail and road transport. Rail and road transport have to join hands and lift the traffic that will be generated. Viewed from this angle, it will be found that there is no conflict. One honorable member referred to this matter and said that the railways should not adopt a dog in the major policy